Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 137th Commencement at Missouri Military Academy. The flags you see on the stage this morning represent the international cadets from 9 countries who have attended our great institution this school year. Our cadets have also come from 29 states to attend MMA. Now, please rise for Missouri Military Academy's class of 2026. The graduating class has been offered over $13.1 million in scholarships and will be led today by Major Peggy Raynard, our most senior faculty member. The invocation will now be read by Battalion Sergeant Major-Elect Cadet Dario Rodriguez.
Let us pray. Gracious God, you are our Creator and our Protector, and we praise your name as we gather here today to celebrate a new future with new people and new experiences. Let us not forget the blessing that falls behind us. Thank you for the Academy, which has given us a safe place to learn and a strong foundation to build upon as we take the next step into your world. Thank you for our teachers who have cared for us, and thank you for our families who have cheered on the finish line with love and stood by our sides strong throughout the many bumps in the road. And in this day, we especially thank you for the friends that we have found among our brothers, strengthening us to continue to live as you will have us to live, lifting high values, the values we have learned: love, honor, truth. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. The Pledge of Allegiance will be led by the Battalion Commander-Elect, Cadet Emiliano Martinez.
Face the flag, place your hand over your heart, and say pledge with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Academic Dean, Elizabeth Clement.
Good morning, distinguished guests, families, faculty, staff, alumni, and members of the Missouri Military Academy Brotherhood. Most importantly, welcome to the graduating cadets of the class of 2026. Today we gather to honor a milestone earned through discipline, perseverance, accountability, and personal growth. The young men seated before us have met challenges head-on, upheld standards, and demonstrated the character and resilience expected of Missouri Military Academy cadets. Today is not simply a celebration of academic achievement, but a recognition of the leaders they have become through dedication to duty, honor, and selfless service. On behalf of Missouri Military Academy, welcome and thank you for joining us as we honor the class of 2026.
Academic Dean Elizabeth Clement and Commandant Colonel Tim Bear will now present the Commencement Awards. The Dick Abbott Bob Albright Class of 1949 Faculty Award for Excellence in Teaching is awarded to the outstanding teacher for the 2025-2026 school year as voted for by the faculty. This year's recipient is Chief Jason Landrum. The company with the highest disciplinary standard is Band Company. Receiving this award is Cadet Jacob Stallone, Band Company Commander. The company with the highest athletic standing goes to Echo Company. Coming forward to accept this award is the company commander of Echo Company, Cadet Aiden Beto. The M Club Company Award goes to the company having the most athletes lettering in 2 sports. This year, the award goes to Echo Company. Cadet Aiden Beto, the Echo Company Commander, please come forward and accept this award on behalf of your company. The Thomas R. Wiles Company Spirit Award is given in honor of former senior Army instructor and Vietnam War veteran Captain Thomas R. Wiles. This year's Company Spirit Award goes to Band Company. Band Company Commander Cadet Jacob Stallone will be accepting this award on behalf of his company. The company with the highest scholastic standing is Band Company, with an average grade point of 3.7. Band Company Commander, Cadet Jacob Stallone, please come forward to accept this award. The company with the highest military standing is Charlie Company. Charlie Company Commander, Cadet Clayton Reich, will come forward to accept this award. The outstanding performance by a company commander for the 2025-2026 school year is awarded to Cadet Aiden Beto. The honor company for 2025-2026 is Bravo Company. Coming forward to accept this award is the company commander and company XO of Bravo Company, Cadet Fernando Velasquez Pols and Cadet Todbaleg Bolbatar. And now, for our top awards presented by Mr. Dean Davison, a member of the Academy Board of Trustees. The Dorsey Anderson Class of 1895 Cup for the cadet exerting the most gentlemanly example goes to Cadet Jesus Robinson. Would his family also please stand and be recognized? The Charles I. Wall Cup, in honor of Stony Wall, class of 1922, is earned by a cadet who best typifies those ideals of character, leadership, scholarship, and service upon which the Academy was founded. When the cadet winner's name is announced, would his family please stand and be recognized? This year, the cup is presented to Cadet Fernando Velasquez Pols. The Don Hooten Class of 1919 Fellowship Cup, recognized the cadet senior considered most valuable to the institution, is awarded to Cadet Bryce McElwain. Would his family please stand and be recognized? First awarded in 1918, the Legion of Honor is the highest award which can be presented to a cadet who demonstrates industry, integrity, leadership, and loyalty to MMA. You will see the names of some of MMA's most distinguished cadets inscribed on the Legion of Honor in Stribling Hall. When the cadet winner's name is announced, would his family please stand and be recognized? Our recipient this year is Cadet Jacob Stallone. Now to present the Robert H. Weaver Award will be Mr. Dean Davison. The Robert H. Weaver Memorial Award is awarded to persons who best exemplify unconditional effort on behalf of the Academy and the Corps of Cadets towards the goal established by the Parents Alumni Committee with the unceasing drive and commitment to persevere throughout the year in bettering life at the Academy for the Corps of Cadets. The Weavers had 3 sons graduate MMA in the 1970s. They were enthusiastic supporters of their cadets and the Corps through their philanthropy and advocacy. Today, we are honored to present the 2026 Robert H. Weaver Award to the Reed family of Muskegon, Michigan. David and Jessica Reed are the parents of Cadet Drake Reed, 28. The Reed family are dedicated supporters of the Academy's soccer and wrestling programs, helping to nurture the development of our young cadets' talents. They believe that when communities invest in their youth, the result is remarkable success. Through their actions, they continue to prove this to be true. We are deeply grateful for their positive impact at MMA and for their investment in our cadets' success. While David is unable to join us on campus today, we are pleased to welcome Jessica Reed and their daughter Amelia to the stage to accept this award. Please join me in congratulating and thanking the Reed family for their steadfast support of the MMA Corps of Cadets. Thank you both for your wonderful support to the Academy. If you could please make your way to the stage. The Dean will present the second highest academic distinction, that of Salutatorian. When the cadet winner's name is announced, would his family please stand and be recognized? This year we have a tie. The Salutatorians are Cadet Ween Mean Duck Ho and River Punab Mitchell. The Dean will also present the Dr. James C. Olson Award, donated by the former University of Missouri president. This award is given to the cadet with the highest scholarship in the class of the 2025-2026 school year and deem him the class of 2026 valedictorian. When the cadet winner's name is announced, would his family please stand and be recognized? Please welcome Clayton Reich. The
Good morning,
valedictorian will now
distinguished
present
guests.
his remarks.
Good morning, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, families, friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2026. Standing here today is an incredible honor, not because of a title, but because I have the privilege of representing a class defined by discipline, resilience, brotherhood, and growth. When we first arrived at Missouri Military Academy, we came from different backgrounds, different experiences, and different parts of the world. Some of us arrived confident, while others arrived uncertain of what the future would hold. But regardless of how we began, MMA challenged every one of us to become stronger, mentally, physically, and morally. Over the years, we learned lessons far beyond the classroom. We learned how to lead under pressure, how to persevere through adversity, and how to keep moving forward when things become difficult. We learned that discipline is not a punishment, it is preparation. And we learned that leadership is not about rank or recognition, but about service, responsibility, and setting the example for others. There were long days, demanding expectations, inspections, drills, sleepless nights, and moments when quitting may have seemed easier. Yet those challenges shaped us. They tested our character, strengthened our resolve, and prepared us for the responsibility ahead. But perhaps one of the greatest things MMA gave us was brotherhood. The friendships formed here were built through shared struggles, shared victories, and countless memories we will carry for the rest of our life. We stood beside one another through success and failure alike, and those bonds are not easily broken. To the faculty, CLAs, coaches, and staff, thank you for believing in us, challenging us, and refusing to let us settle for less than our potential. Your leadership and guidance helped shape the young men sitting here today. To our families, thank you for your sacrifices, encouragement, patience, and unwavering support. Behind every cadet is a family who believed in him long before he fully believed in himself. And finally, to the class of 2026, this moment belongs to all of us. Every cadet here contributed to the legacy of this class through leadership, determination, character, and perseverance. As we move forward into the new chapter of life, whether in college, military service, careers, or other pursuits, we carry with us the values MMA instilled in us: honor, integrity, self-discipline, and respect. The road ahead will not always be easy, but MMA has prepared us to not seek the easy path, but to meet challenges head on. We leave this academy not simply as graduates, but as leaders, prepared to make a difference wherever life takes us. Years from now, we may forget the joy of the mess hall food, long inspections, endless drills, and mandatory fun. But we will never forget the lessons learned here, the friendships formed here, and the pride in wearing this uniform. Class of 2026, today we close one chapter and another begins. Lead with courage, serve with integrity, face every challenge with confidence, never forget where you came from. And as our BC once said, you will do well. I believe we will. Congratulations, class of 2026. Thank you.
We now have the introduction of the commencement keynote speaker by Cadet Gunnar Ward, the 2025 winner of the Wallace Fry speech competition.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce this year's commencement speaker, Dean Davison, Missouri Military Academy, class of 1978. A native of Mercer, Missouri, Dean spent 7 years as an MMA cadet, rising to the rank of battalion commander and graduating as valedictorian. During his time at the academy, he served as Fusilier drill team commander, competed in football, basketball, and track, and earned MMA's highest honor, induction into the Legion of Honor. After graduating from MMA, Dean earned degrees in journalism and economics from the University of Missouri and built a distinguished career in journalism, strategic communications, and corporate leadership. Today, as founder of Davison Strategic Communication, he advises organizations on branding, culture, storytelling, and crisis management, and has been recognized as Kansas City's Public Relations Professional of the Year by the Public Relations Society of America. Dean has remained deeply committed to the Missouri Military Academy through years of alumni leadership and currently serves as a member of the MMA Board of Trustees. MMA is truly a family tradition for the Davisons. His brother, George Davison, serves on the faculty, and his great-nephews, Son and Eli Mum, are current cadets. Please join me in welcoming Dean Davison.
Thanks, Cadet Ward, for that generous introduction. I wrote it myself. And thank you for being here today. First, to parents and families, thank you for sharing these young men with MMA and your investment in them. Gunnar mentioned my brother George here on stage. Our mom said sending us to MMA was the hardest and the best decision that she and my dad ever made. Their decision, their investment has paid a lifetime of dividends for us and for our families. And to the parents and families, I hope you soak up everything about this ceremony and about final formation. There's really nothing quite like the spectacle and the brotherhood you get to witness. Now to the younger cadets, the 7th graders through the juniors. Savor your last minutes together for this year, marching out on front campus, hugging and high-fiving your buddies, saluting sharply during echo taps, and screaming your head off after dismissed. And I hope you, especially the junior class, and I'm starting to see it already from your BC designate and your Battalion Sergeant Major designate, start conspiring now about how to make next year better than this year. Now, to the seniors, the class of 2026, take it all in. Now, I don't know about you, but as a cadet, we really weren't much into classical music, maybe more like classic rock, Pink Floyd, some Springsteen, the Rolling Stones, but on this weekend, commencement weekend, #1 on our hit parade was Marche Militaire. I still smile whenever I hear it. I think about marching in, I especially think about marching out, knowing that the next stop is final formation. So a little applause for the band again. So today I'm going to violate one of the laws of 2026 commencement addresses. I'm not going to talk about the promise and peril of AI. I'm not going to do a social media screed, but I am going to talk about legacy and purpose and choices. Now, as MMA alums, guys, you get to be part of some unique traditions. One is, and this is after the dean recognizes you all as graduates, you get to take your senior ring, hopefully somebody's told you about this, and turn it around so that when people see it, the MMA is top to bottom so that others can see where you came from. As opposed to wearing it now, it's where you are. So I hope you'll do that here in just a few moments. Plus, when you come back as alums, you get to stand around and look at the current Corps of Cadets and go, man, we had it so much tougher when we were here. And man, they look so sloppy. Come on, you guys can do better. It is a rule. You must do that. Also in this moment, you join the ranks of more than 5,000 men who have been in your exact spot. Hopefully, you have learned what we learned at MMA, self-discipline, leadership, and a sense of a purpose that's bigger than yourself. Now, sometimes we all thought that some of this stuff was, let me think of a word, dumb. But let me translate from cadet speak to real world speak and real world accountability. Shine your shoes. What does that translate to? It shows that appearance matters. It shows you care about yourself and have self-discipline. Quick little anecdote. The shoes I'm wearing today, they were my Fusilier shoes. Wore them for 2 national championships, wore them on my commencement, wore them for my wedding, and some other important matters. So, you know, for $27, my family got a pretty good deal out of these shoes. I will admit I'm not going to wear them all day. My feet don't feel exactly like they did when I was 18. And you also notice I'm not wearing my uniform because that ship sailed a long time ago. Sound off. Spirit and enthusiasm matter, especially on the days when you don't feel it. Lock up. In a distracted and distracting world, focus can be your superpower. Pay attention. Be where you're supposed to be. Function, cadet. Do your job. Get in step. Work and life, it's a team game. Your colleagues and friends and family need you to do your part. Play hard, show grit. You know, life isn't always fair. It's a little more fair at MMA than it is in the outside world. And so there's going to be a little culture shock, but here's the point. Even when the score is 56-6 and you're on the wrong end of it, you still got to play hard and work hard if you want to get ahead. Choose the harder right instead of the easier wrong. That's particularly important in a world that often seems to say cut corners, deny, dismiss, disrespect, deny. And frankly, our countries, the US, Mexico, Mongolia, Vietnam, Brazil, China, all of the countries represented here today need men and women who will not lie, cheat, or steal, or tolerate those who do. Men with empathy, men who look people in the eye and say, "Yes, ma'am, and how can I help you, sir?" Men who lead with integrity, men with a purpose who choose the harder right instead of the easier wrong. As MMA cadets, you follow men who have done tremendous things. You've heard about some of them. A guy named Clifton from a farm in Tennessee, Marine in World War I and World War II, and then became Commandant of the entire Marine Corps. Clifton B. Cates, class of 1910. A tall, skinny guy named Sam from Wichita. From final formation, he went to the Citadel, led troops in Vietnam, commanded the casket team at President Kennedy's funeral in 1963. His name now is on the Vietnam Memorial Wall. Sam Bird, class of 1957. A guy named Derek. He went from MMA to college and medical school, studied at Yale, looks a little bit like Santa Claus. He's now a beloved child psychiatrist in Green Bay, Wisconsin. He's my friend, Derek Carlson. A big guy named George, band commander at MMA, started his career as a radio and TV news reporter, became an attorney and an expert on railroads. He's now a teacher, also a father and grandfather. George Davison, class of 1968, and one of the best people I know. A guy named Lawrence, early on at MMA, a cadet with a bad attitude. But after 3 years, he got an Army ROTC scholarship, became an Army officer, counterintelligence expert, protected Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice in tough spots around the world. Lawrence Kwaku Cassell, class of 93. A guy named John, graduated from the Missouri School of Journalism, now a TV news reporter just down the road at KOMU TV in Columbia. John Murphy, class of 2020. What they learned here, they put to work out there. grit, empathy, integrity. Your experience at MMA has prepared you for the next step. That's why they call this commencement. It's not the end, it's the start. So as you start, challenge yourself, find your purpose, and nobody expects you to have it figured out yet, but keep working on it. Because as MMA brothers, we are called to do extraordinary things. As MMA brothers, we are also called to do ordinary things. Keep learning, be curious, call your mom, call your family, coach a team, help others. Don't be a jerk. Treat others with respect. Call your mom. Listen more than you talk, and when you do, tell the truth. As cadets, we all had to learn a little humility, maybe a lot of humility. When I first got here, I thought I had to salute everybody and everything. But as I progressed, I learned confidence too. As an executive, a dad, and a husband, I've learned you need both humility and confidence. And I've learned that it takes confidence to be humble, and it takes humility to be confident. Let me clarify just a little bit. At 18, like you guys, I was pretty sure I could do just about anything, and perhaps like you, I was happy to tell anybody and everybody that I could do anything. It could be a little insufferable. But what I learned is confidence isn't about swagger, puffed up swagger. It's the peace of knowing that you can handle tough decisions and knowing when to ask for help. And humility isn't about being a doormat. It's about empathy, understanding your limitations, putting yourself in the other person's shoes, helping others succeed. No sun shall dim thy fame. No sun forget thy name. No, I'm not going to sing it. You will not likely forget your MMA experience, but I do hope you remember it fondly and want to come back often. As graduates of MMA, you are part of a remarkable group of men. You have earned all the rights and privileges that come with that legacy. You've literally been through the crucible, through the inspections and the reviews and the mess formations and the dumb decisions and the good decisions and the ups and downs that come with life here. So celebrate right after the BC yells dismissed. And also remember that with privileges come responsibilities. Responsibilities like honoring the legacy of those who have marched across this campus before you, and by setting an honorable example for those who follow. Remember the cadet prayer. Choose the harder right instead of the easier wrong. Class of 2026, go get them.
The academic dean and the commandant will now make a presentation to the commencement speaker with a framed photo of Stribling Hall and a presidential challenge coin. At this time, our band will play Camino Del Sol. It is a rhythmic piece of music being played today as a salute to the graduating class of 2026.
Will the class of 2026 please rise? Today, I have the honor to present the graduating class of 2026. These talented young men have satisfactorily completed the program of studies as prescribed by Missouri Military Academy, accredited by the Independent Schools Association of the Central States, and therefore, I recommend that they be awarded their high school diplomas. You may be seated.
Please come forward to receive your diploma from Dean Clement as your name is read. Ian Arredondo, Fair Oaks, Texas. International Study Institute, Japanese Language School. Aiden Starkey Beto, War Acres, Oklahoma, University of Oklahoma. Tadbalig Bulbatar, Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, Centennial College. Eric Lee Bond, Houston, Texas, Texas A&M University. Benjamin Evan Bryant, St. Louis University, Missouri, Greenville University. Mark Lawrence Corley, Kansas City, Missouri, United States Marine Corps. Nguyen Huy Quang Dang, Thanh, Vietnam, Seattle Pacific University. Hai Nguyen Dinh, Da Nang, Vietnam, Dallas College. Mateo Ethan Villarreal, San Pedro Garza Garcia, Mexico, Arizona State University. Orgil Inkman, Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, University of Melbourne, Australia. Trevor J. Garrison, Hemphill, Texas, United States Army. Euless Lynn Gordon, Jr., Independence, Missouri, Truman State University. Gustavo Granados Zaragoza, Chihuahua, Mexico, St. Clair's, Oxford. Nguyen Minh Duc Ho, Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, North Park University. Alejandro Isa Muñoz, Torreón, Mexico, Universidad Iberoamericana. Glauco Kiyoshi Iwakami, Olambra, Brazil. Undecided, accepted to Miami-Dade College and South Florida College. Lucas Walker Joyner, Sullivan, Missouri, St. Louis Fire Academy. Alexander Vincent Jones, Kirkwood, Missouri, Norwich University. Nicholas Sergey Kavalenka, Boca Raton, Florida, University of Colorado, Boulder. Deontay Royal Kearns, Lincoln, Nebraska, Norwich University. Hung Jia Lee, Canto, Vietnam, Pima Community College. Raymond Barnett McDonald, Austin, Texas, Emergency Medical Technician. Bryce Fisher McElwain, Hampstead, North Carolina. Illinois State University. Pho Quang Bao No, Go Vap, Vietnam. Houston City College. Emilio 24 Perez Ojeda, Martinez de la Torre, Mexico, Arizona State University. River Jackson Punab Mitchell, Kodiak, Alaska, Liberty University. Mason Matthew Quarles, Parkville, Missouri, Missouri Southern State University. Clayton Cooper Reich, Phoenix, Arizona, Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. Luis Manuel Rey Romo, Mexico City, Mexico, Universidad Panamericana. Dominic Isaac Roberts, Sullivan, Missouri, Dark Horse Institute. Jesus Michael Robinson, Schiller Park, Illinois, Triton College. Beckett Bridgman Sears, Southlake, Texas, Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. Jeremiah James Sinti, Rogers, Arkansas, United States Air Force. Liji Shan, Beijing, China, Chinese Air Force. Janos Shalimba, Brooklyn, New York. New York Institute of Technology. Robert Raymond Shepard, Clovis, New Mexico, United States Army. Christopher Song, Southlake, Texas, Purdue University. Caden David Sparrow, Stillville, Illinois, Southern Illinois University. Jacob Alexander Stallone, Lima, Ohio, Centre International d'Études Français. Hu Cang Thai, Nha Trang, Vietnam, Rochester Institute of Technology. Dwayne Lee Thompson, Troy, Missouri, Southeast Missouri State University. Ho Hoa Trang, Da Nang, Vietnam, Vietnamese Young Scholars Society. John Matthew Tripp, Cleveland, Tennessee, U.S. Military Academy Preparatory School. Fernando Velasquez Pols, Hermosillo, Mexico, Arizona State University. Liam Lawrence Woolery, Kansas City, Missouri, College of the Ozarks. Haeshun Shao, Troy, Michigan, The Ohio State University. Angel Gerardo Zamudio Monzon, Culiacan, Sinaloa, Mexico. Grand Canyon University. Laureano Amado Carrillo, Ciudad Obregón, Mexico. Universidad La Salle, Mexico. Daniel Martinez Peñunuri, Hermosillo, Sonora, Mexico. University of Arizona. Daniel Bart Vasquez Guajardo, Matamoros, Mexico. University of Texas at San Antonio.
Will the class of 2026 please rise? By the authority vested in me by the President and the Board of Trustees, I hereby declare you to be graduates of Missouri Military Academy.
Please rise as cadets Benjamin Bryant and Jacob Stallone lead us in the singing of Old MMA. The lyrics may be found on page 10 of your program. Upon completion of the song, please remain standing for the benediction given by the Battalion Sergeant Major-Elect. And now, the Battalion Sergeant Major-Elect, Cadet Dario Rodriguez, will present the benediction.
Please hear these words of benediction. Holy God, we ask your blessing on all those who graduate today. Please bless their lives from this day on goodness and love. Help them to stay true to their dreams, to use their gifts wisely, and to walk into the future with faith, hope, and great love. Amen.
Please remain standing while our graduates, led by Major Peggy Raynard and the faculty, exit the building. Immediately following commencement, you are invited to join us on front campus for the final formation of the class of 2026. Additionally, at the conclusion of final formation, all parents and cadets are required to report directly to the gym before departing campus to attain cadet property, medications, and officially check out. Thank you.